And we're at it again. We are playing Miracle Dragonist, and for today we are going to be discovering the third awakening for the Cleric class, specifically for the Priest and the Paladin classes. So first up, we've got the Guardian class. The third awakening doesn't really tell us much on this one. I had to, experiment a bit regarding the skills and any stat changes that this might bring. So here's what I found out. For the Guardian class, basically, as indicated on the skill, it will modify Divine Avatar. However, you are using a passive skill as well. So basically, we're gonna try and, explore these. So for Divine Avatar, we use that and then dash and then spacebar, I believe. Yeah, because I tried the left click, right click, nothing seems to be working, but just like the Ripper class, you trigger actually a passive or a skill by using this spacebar. So that's what I found out. It's actually pretty neat. So when you dash, spacebar. Oh, there it is. As you can see, and it's currently on cooldown. So 6754. Yep, this one. Okay, so let's try it again. Dash and then um, a space bar. Okay. Now, it did show us the icon for Divine Avatar, so we're gonna use it. And then after using it, we're gonna try and execute it. So here's what I found out. It actually does a pretty neat combo. Okay, again. So shift or dash plus spacebar. Now, it only does this neat combo when you've got Divine Avatar up, so it enhances it further. Now, on this one, it doesn't show us anything, so that tells us that it might affect, certain skills or stats. So it shows Divine Judgment, Divine Ascension, really can't proc it. The Thrust Force, and then the Overwhelm. Now, these two actually requires Guardian Bubbles, but thankfully, when we use Divine Avatar, we get 10 Guardian Bubbles immediately. So let's try it out. So we've got the bubbles in, and let's see what happens. So, Divine Judgment, okay, and we get this 87257, which doesn't actually show us here. Yeah, it doesn't show us. But here's what I found out though. So let's wait for this one to reset. Okay, so here's what I found out. After using the main skills displayed here, you actually get a bonus on the stats. So the attack currently is at what? 2,368,243. So let's use Divine Judgment. And as you can see, it actually went up. Then let's try using the Thirst Force. And it went up again. And let's try using Overwhelm. Overwhelm doesn't increase it. Let's try Divine Judgment once more. went up with Divine Judgment. So let's just get some bubbles going. And Thirst Force. And let's see. So that's 300 or 3 million now. So let's keep using the Thirst Force. Okay, as you can see here, the display is only up to 5. 7697. Yeah, it's only up to 5. It doesn't actually increase. So it's only up to 5. So it stacks the third awakening for the Guardian class actually stacks for 5 times, and it increases your stat. Okay, so let's try and see it again. So let's wait for this to reset. And we're back to 2,360,000 something. Let's see the strength, the agility, and all that stuff. Let's see if that increases. So it doesn't increase the stat, like the strength, agility. It only increases the attack and the magic attack. But it stacks up to 5 times. So as long as you use Divine... Well, Divine Judgment doesn't really increase it. Actually it does. That's pretty weird. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, Divine Judgment does increase it. So as long as you use Divine Judgment, Divine Ascension, Thirst Force, and Overwhelm, you can stack it up to 5 times and you get a nice boost on your attack. Now I don't exactly know how much or how big the stat is. I'm too lazy to, get the calculator and calculate it, but it stacks up to 5 times, which is pretty cool. And for the other second awakening, you dash and then you hit the space bar, and it does like a pretty neat combo if Divine Avatar is active on your character. Okay, so that's basically it for Guardian class, and we're gonna try and see the Crusader next. Okay, so we've got the Crusader here for the third awakening. Unfortunately, it doesn't show us any description or any link skills, but these are all familiar. So it's gonna be for Judgment Hammer EX, and it's gonna be for Hammer Hand. Okay, so apparently Hammer Hand, you have the initial hammer strike, and then for the third awakening, it actually gives you 2 additional hammer strikes. For the other third awakening, I'm not sure if the Judgment Hammer doesn't do that, because when I check on the skill, it actually does the same exact thing. However, what I found out is that you can actually link or chain these two. So again, Hammer Hand first, so initial strike and then 2 additional hammers. You actually initiate those or activate the 2 additional hammers by pressing the normal attack button or the left click on the mouse. So as you can see here, here we go. So it's currently on cooldown. And then for the second awakening, or the third awakening skill would be for Judgment Hammer. So let's do that again. Okay. So you press the skill and then you hit the normal attack button on your mouse or the left click. Now you can actually keep clicking the normal attack button when you initiate the skill, and it will actually chain the 2 additional hammer strikes that the Third Awakening does. So as you can see, okay, and when you use the hammer hand, if you chain it with this one, it doesn't actually proc the additional 2 hammer strikes. So again, Judgment Hammer, click, you just keep clicking the left mouse button on it, and it's gonna proc the hammer that goes sideways and the 2 additional hammer strikes. Okay, let's see it again. There you go. That's it for Third Awakening on Crusader. And next up, we've got the Inquisitor and then the Saint class for the last one. Okay, see that in a bit. Right, so we've got the Inquisitor class or the Cleric Paladin class or job tree. So the Third Awaken would be separate. They are not chained, so they are separate. The first one is for, apparently it's a special attack. This one, Shock Smash. So the instructions would be to dash and hit the normal attack button, and it will modify this passive. So as you can see here, it's showing something else. But for the awakened, it's like splitting a wave of, you know, electricity. So let's give it a shot. There you have it. So that's separate from the second, Third Awaken, which is for Mindbreaker and Falling Thunder. It doesn't say, it doesn't show, the other second awakened skill being chained on it, as you can see here. It only shows Mindbreaker and Falling Thunder. So we're gonna test it out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so that would be no special buttons or whatnot. So it's just Mindbreaker and Falling Thunder. Okay. Now you may chain it if you wish to, because apparently the dash shortens or cancels out the Falling Thunder animation. So as you can see, I'm gonna chain the first and second, third awakened skill for this. There we go. So that was Mindbreaker, Falling Thunder. Waited just just at the right time for the Falling Thunder skill to finish, and then dash, and then normal attack button. Okay, so let's see that again. Okay, so that would be Mindbreaker plus Falling Thunder plus dash plus normal attack. Okay, so again. There you go. That's for Inquisitor. The next would be for Saint in a bit. Okay, so last on the list we've got the Saint for the Third Awakening. And there we go. So it modifies Lightning Relic and the Healing Relic. And this one, it modifies or enhances the Antiphona pool and the Blessed Sign. Okay. So let's give it a shot. So first up, we're gonna be checking this one out. So this actually requires the this one, the shock smash skill. So let's try activating the passive shock smash. Oh, that's pretty cool. So it actually changed or it enhanced the passive. So let's give it a shot with the relics as it shows here. So when you do the skill, the relics will actually mirror or mimic the skill. So let's give it a go. Let's try and see. Voila! Third awakening. Okay, so let's do it again. So we have the lightning relics, and then once you have the relics active, you need to do the dash and then the normal attack button on your mouse. And the relics will actually mirror or mimic the skill, the third awakening skill. Okay, let's do it again. Pretty cool. So let's set these aside. Okay. So for the other second awakening, it is for the antiphona pool in Blessed Sign. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. No, it's actually different. So we might be needing the enhanced version, which requires bubbles. So let's get bubbles first. Okay, let's get 30 and let's see if we trigger the enhanced version of the antiphona pool in Blessed Sign. There we go, enhanced version. Voila! Third awakening. That is pretty cool. Okay, so let's see if we can use Blessed Sign first and then the antiphona pool. We're just gonna get the bubbles again. Apparently, no. It doesn't let us, so it should be antiphona pool first and then Blessed Sign. Yep. Okay. So that's it for the third awakening on the Saint and for the Cleric class all in all. And we're gonna try and see the academic next in the next video. Same as always, everyone have a great day. See you in game, and this is Miracle Dragonist.